I really like Monday mornings. I'm actually so grateful that I've gone from a place where Sunday mornings I used to be annoyed because I'd have work on Monday. Now I get to Monday and I'm absolutely cheering because it's my day to connect with people that I actually want to be around. So I think Monday mornings.
Mondays. I love setting the week on the right tone and understanding, how we did the week prior. The Mondays are generally the best day, or the days that I enjoy the most.
Yeah, awesome. Can you guys hear us all right? We've got a couple of updates, but overall I'll hand it over to the team leads to talk about the specific areas. A pamphlet meeting. There's some lingo that we've come up with over the time that we've run Search Property. I think in the first episode of the vlog, or last week's vlog, I said I was the Chief Send Officer. And I am the Chief Send Officer. And I realized that nobody knows what that means. I go around and I basically say, send it. And send it means like, let's go all out and do that. Pamphlet meeting is higher than pump. So when something's pumping, we would be like, hey, it's pumping. But beyond that is pampered. That's what our meetings are on Monday, which is a pampered meeting. So everyone gets hyped and we get stuff done. So we'll go to Ruben first. How's the week?
Which will take us to beat our all-time high.
Oh, wow. Yep. So to get you guys to all-time high.
Yep.
Amazing.
So I'm Ruben Lopeshaw and I am the sales team lead and property strategist here at Search Property. Vibes in the office, they're unmatched, high energy, high performing, lots of friendly competition. But yeah, it's awesome. Love being here. Plenty of good clients. Had one earlier today who just signed a contract on a property and he's already wanting to buy another with us, which is very exciting, of course. He's obviously growing his portfolio very quickly, which is awesome to see.
That's the signing and the Q&A. We're going to send out some comms around that. So we wanted as many people from the community to come and have their chance. We're just trying to monitor how many places will be available. Yeah, so Dimix basically invited us to do like a Q&A and live book signing. I guess I would say I've never done this before because I've never written a book before. That's what's going to happen. I think there's probably like 40, 50 people that are going to be there. So it's going to be cool.
I'm excited to go to Dimix tomorrow for Rovs's in-person Q&A. So it'll be a good time to kind of meet and greet some of his fans of the book or just anyone that's interested in personal finance. So I've never been to one of these things, so it's definitely going to be an experience. But yeah, super proud of him and plan is to just go and support him to the best of our abilities.
Well, look, I appreciate you guys all coming out. Yeah, I'm just very thankful that you guys have made it out here and I appreciate you, so thank you. Be here having written a book. I never thought that would actually happen. And the YouTube channel's now grown as well. So it's wild, and I can only make you one promise is it doesn't matter whether Search Property's around or not. I'm gonna continue making YouTube videos for you guys.
In your book, you mentioned that people should forget traditional wisdom when it comes to investing. So what exactly do you mean by that? And how does this mindset shift impact your property journey so far?
What I've realized over time is that you can challenge those things and you can realize and find better or more efficient ways to do it. And the best way that I sort of analyzed it in my mind was if you had spoken to someone from say 40 years ago and said, how would I complete this assessment at school or uni? And they would say, well, you'd have to go to a library, you'd have to borrow a book, and that's how you'd do it. And so similarly, we need to adapt the way we invest, the way we think about money. And, sometimes we've got trauma with past relationships. We've got trauma with past beliefs as well, especially when it comes to wealth and money.
What are, say, some of the biggest mistakes that you see first-time investors make in today's market?
I think one of the big things that people need to know, especially if you're getting into your first or you're getting into your 15th property, is forget the white noise. Like, you can control what you can control. If you have the emergency fund in there and interest rates go up, you're okay because you took care of that and you prepped for it. Hey, how are you?
I actually did a strategy session with you at the end of 2020.
Oh, wow.
What I asked you about is renovations. And since we, at the time, I was in the process of settling on a property. I'm like, if I just followed Ravi's advice, what you told me is don't do the renovations. You said just build a base. And if I'd followed your advice, I would have made way more gains, probably. And I would have had much more wealth under my belt right now. I just totally burnt myself out. I'm not sure what to do now. I'm like, I'm gonna buy another property and I'm like, I feel like renovating again. Tell me what I should do.
Well, firstly, thanks for coming, and I'm glad that you followed the journey for so long. The renovations, it's more active as well, whether it's you renovating yourself or mentally being involved in that, because there's a bit more volatility with that versus just set and forget. Of course, at the end of 2020, no one was going to know what was going to happen moving forward. In knowing that, with those properties that you have right now, are they still being held, or have you just sort of flipped them and they're now sold?
Going through the most difficult refinance process at the moment to access the equity to buy again.
Look, I imagine you would have got some equity gain by renovating and, creating some, value there. If I want to go down that path again, chances are if you've done it 3 times, you're probably really good at it by now, I hope.
I think I'm pretty good.
So the 4th one should be a lot easier, but in saying that, it just comes down to what do you prefer? Like, do you want to be involved in the process again? Is it a process of you trying to find the ugly duckling and then going in and renovating that and creating some value? Because there is money to be made in that. But if I had that chat with you again today and you hadn't renovated the 3, I would have said 100% the same advice that I gave you back then, which is build the foundation first. Now you've got a few properties, so it means with renovation, you've gone down the path where it's worked. There's a lot of situations where it doesn't. And when you've got your first couple of properties and you make a mistake on your first or second, it not only just sets you back for that 1 year, it's the opportunity cost that you would have missed out on all the wealth that you would have, built as well. So I think your case is a bit unique because now you've probably built a set of skills. You've learned from the mistakes you've probably made on the first few. For me, it's taking away from what I bring in terms of the best version of myself, and that's when I'm bringing as much value to people around me, and I don't think it'll be done by me renovating, but it might be different for yourself.
At that time when we entertain a property with a client, the client may have a few days to kind of ponder. We go back and forth. That's now gone from 3 to 4 days to maybe a few hours, just due to the stiff competition and nature of not just investors, but also owner-occupiers in a lot of these markets where supply crunch is real.
I get asked this quite a bit actually, because I talk about residential a lot and don't really focus on commercial. To get into commercial, you need a higher degree of borrowing capacity as well as deposit, because the purchase price are generally higher as well. Traditionally, you get into commercial property for the cash flow. So you get the cash flow, and the idea is as you get the cash flow increase, you would use that to pay down your debt, and now you have an asset there that just produces cash flow. You buy a couple of those and you can retire. What I've realized is in my journey, I've only stuck to residential, and I'm well aware of pros and cons of commercial. But I've always realized that it comes down to the basic need of shelter. So imagine having bought a lot of commercial property come 2019, you'd have a lot of empty office spaces. And I know that commercial is not just office spaces, there's warehouses, and they would have gone through the roof at that time. But when you look at residential, it's that everyone needs houses and they need places to stay. And so with that mindset of building something that is very passive, something that I don't want to have to think about, I've always stuck to residential. And when you look at the growth numbers, you're getting a lot more growth in the residential than you do the commercial. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you so much, Belle. Hi, how are you?
I came because of her.
Oh, really?
I actually used to watch your YouTubes.
Hi, mate, how are you?
No, how are you?
Good, man.
I've been following you.
Hi, how are you?
I just bought your book. So
Oh, amazing, thank you.
Yeah.
Amazing. Feels still very weird. I don't think I'll ever get used to this. How did sourcing go?
So yeah, really good week. Probably one of the second highest offers this year.
Wow.
As far as I can see, which is really good. Shout out to Kev, I think made his most offers that he has.
Yeah, nice.
Markets are really hot. They're still coming through, but they're still working hard. So yeah, it was awesome.
Nice.
For anyone that doesn't know, Luca's dressed for Milan Fashion Week.
Yeah. Someone saw me on Deep's Instagram story, so I got poached. The Deep's effect.
It happens.
I had ABC reach out to me, so the breakfast news show. I guess there's been a bit of social media stuff flying on around me, and I think, or about me at least. So that's the reason why they contacted me.
There was a point where I was like, they've asked me a question, and I now have to answer it live. So I didn't really have anywhere to run or hide or anything like that. But all in all, it was very good, and hopefully we can do more of this.
I went on for a 5-minute segment, and we spoke everything to do with housing, property, economics, finance, and then something that's trending as well.
Did you watch Deeps on ABC at the weekend?
Not live. He told me the night before, he's like, hey, I'm going to go on ABC tomorrow. And I said, okay, cool. What are the details? And he goes, oh, I'll tell you tomorrow morning. I was like, okay, cool. And I think he was on at like 8 o'clock, but I normally get up every day at like 6 or whatever. And so I was up already. And then he goes, oh yeah, I just finished. I'm like, why didn't you tell me?
But otherwise it was great. I mean, it was nerve-wracking. Very nervous. I've never done live TV before.
So Ada, did you want to share the review from last week?
It's been a long process since we switched jobs in the middle, but the team have been always kind, patient till the very end. I would like to say that the team has been very respectful and responsive to our queries and needs. Thank you so much, guys. We hope to work with you guys again soon. Smiley face.
How have you had?
2.
What do you got?
So Kerry gave me a chocolate from Ireland.
Did I give you it? Yeah. I'm pretty sure you ate mine. And mine.
Wait,
And
you
then
take? I can eat it, right? But it's so good though. Sorry, Kerry make a statement that Ireland Cadbury Dairy Milk is better than Australian Cadbury.
Facts.
Do you have the adapter for this? Do you have the adapter for this? Hey, do you guys have the adapter for the printer?
No, I think I left it over there last week.
There's literally nothing there. Do you know who will take it?
No.
I did see something. Okay, I know it was Serena, but I'm not going to tell everyone it's Serena. She kind of needs to tell people herself.
I didn't even know we had one. You actually, do we have one?
Who do you think broke the printer?
I should know it's Serena. No, because I saw her hiding that. Like, why would she hide that?
Well, I tried using it and I thought it was going to be really smart by using a particular wire, but that wire doesn't work. There's meant to be a connection with the other wire, but I couldn't find that. And it's super frustrating.
Did you break the printer?
I panicked, so I may have last week.
Well, I don't think it's that you should be plugging it into. It's probably something.
I tried to once, but you have to connect it to your laptop or something with a cable and it doesn't fit, so no, I haven't.
Do you know who broke the printer?
I have no idea. I don't even really know what's going on. I've never used it, so I have no idea.
You guys need any help? I use the printer all the time.
What do we need a printer for? Did you know we had a printer?
Actually, the printer has been broken in the past and I fixed it.
Guys, is the printer working?
No.
Really?
Serena.
Yeah, I saw it last week.
I think she thinks she got away with it. I think I've been acting pretty chill. I think everyone knows, but Serena doesn't know everyone knows. No one knows yet.
In the team, who would break it? Oh, someone like Luca, because he almost broke his little coffee machine when he got it.
Never. Always working perfectly.
We had an issue with the plumbing system upstairs once, and no one said anything about it, so I'm thinking you're onto something.
She's in trouble.
What am I going to tell you about a week so far? It is organised chaos, is what I'd like to call it. I'm doing 2 roles. I'm covering for a team lead role in our account management function. So that involves everything from managing clients high level and then having a junior account manager and a support staff member to help with those transactions. And then managing escalations across the board with other account managers that may have stuff coming up. Having a lot of meetings. I have lost track of the amount of meetings I have across the board, across all the different functions.
The process would be the selling agent sends the contract through to the conveyancer.
Yeah.
And then the conveyancer sends through the review to the client.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
At what point you ask the client the question that, hey, have you received the contract? Or if you know that you've received the contract, because the conveyancers are actually CCing you into that.
Contract review has been sent to you. Let me know when you've seen this and if you have any questions, and let me know. They usually, I haven't really come across anyone that's come back to me with questions. They usually just send it directly to the conveyancers.
The trigger point for you is when the conveyancer sends through the contract review.
Yeah.
That's the trigger point for you to reach out to the client, have that, hey, contract's there, please review it. If you've got any questions, you can ask the conveyancer, or you can ask me if there's any non-legal questions that can be answered.
Exactly.
Are we keeping sourcing managers consistently updated, or at least, if not, are they then, is going to be then the most critical part, because we've done all the hard work.
Exactly.
We've gotten the client to the point where they want to proceed with the property, and now we just got to make sure that we're doing the formalities that we need to ultimately secure it, right? Discussing what we're doing during this next phase, because obviously things are working on the sales front, they're starting to get more leads come through, and at least start the discussions around how we start, allocating more funds and budgets towards what the paid ad space looks like.
Let's get an update as to when do we think timeline-wise, when will ads start kicking off, what does that look like, because then we can work backwards to say who do we need in sales, if we have enough people there to be able to...
We decided it's best to do this
do it once and do it right. And so Kerry and got OMG on it, and then now that'll get started tomorrow morning.
Or yesterday, I signed a contract, and first meeting is tomorrow. That is to set up all the tracking properly, as we've said. It wasn't tracking everything. So their dev team is going to set up everything their end. My name's Kerry, and I am the marketing team leader. Meetings, more meetings. Head converting, also tagging where they all come from. I know we do that now, just so that we're getting like Meta and Google and stuff.
I think the biggest thing from my end is ensuring that sales and marketing are aligned with the same KPIs in a sense,
Yeah, I
as well
agree.
as qualification.
We can break down an Excel sheet that we're keeping track of, like the cost per conversions and things like that. Had a meeting there about paid ads. Yeah, we're going live on Meta, so Instagram, Facebook on the 1st of April. So I need to get all the conversion tracking set up properly now, and then hopefully everything will flow smoothly. We'll see all the leads coming in. I need to talk to the team about all the creatives we want to run with. We are talking about doing reels, so they'll work well, I think. I have a few ideas. We'll execute them, see how it goes.
So you guys are up to something, aren't you? He's not just sending me updates for nothing, right? Bro, it must be a piece that you guys are doing. But he messages me, he goes, going to the bathroom now. And I was like, huh? He goes, just shooting some content for the vlog. And I was like, do you need me for it? And he goes, no thanks. And he's like, going to head for lunch. And I said, alright. He goes, working hard. I was like, who's working hard? He goes, me.
Yeah, just send me so I can play with it.
Yep. So I can send you that. I can send you.
The same movie or it's different?
It's the same film.
You just send me whatever you have.
This is another one just behind the scenes where I'm playing around with the camera.
You used to be an actor. Crazy, right? Hello, my name is David Dodo.
Why do you always use a fork?
Because it's distracting people, so they want to watch the video. And so far
now it's time for some shooting, and look who I have here. We have Lorelai here.
That was cool.
Hello.
Hello.
And then we have Dave. Let's go.
So we're gonna make a lot of personal Final Robbie content. Start with the whiteboard content first. I have like 7 content. It can be longer than that.
Yeah, because all of the stuff that's like on shorts is very surface level. But it's similar to when you go fishing. At the surface, you've got small fish. You want big fish, so you go deeper.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. Because we tried that, it works okay, but let's try to do like a longer version.
Yep.
So people can actually like learn everything from my boss, personal finance Robbie.
So
He's done this every time.
Hit the back something.
Okay. We're doing this skit.
Oh.
I'm excited to.
What did you eat for lunch today?
I had tofu and some veggies.
Gross. Okay, back to me.
B-roll.
B-roll.
Okay, so I'll just like.
Do it. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thanks so much for that. So I'll go back.
Is it not working?
No, I've never used it before, so I'm just sort of winging it.
No, I didn't want to do this interview in the first place, so thanks, Lorelai.
Okay, you're free to go.
Thank you.
Oh, did he? Nerds.